Hello, welcome to the self-learning podcast by Dr. Sushma Singh. Let us start discussion on Unit 4, Theoretical Analysis, and our topic is Postmodernism. A major change took place in the theory across the world and across social science theory was the deconstruction of the scientist as white and male. In fact, a total changeover in the perspective occurred in the form of postmodernism that subjected the textual matter to a reflexive critique that goes into the politics of the construction of a text. All that has been written down is the now viewed not as description of the truth per se, but as constructions based upon the history, politics, and strategy of authorship. Every concept taken for granted in the modernist era is now subjected to scrutiny. Culture, for example, is no longer to be viewed as a fixed entity. The symbolic representation of mind of an identifiable group of people, but a shifting and contested process by which new identities are constructed. The recognition of the process of construction was contingent upon the process of deconstruction. In the post-1970s era, the notion of deconstruction and destructuralization spread across all fields of humanities, literature, and art. The fixed faith in the definition of the knowledge as that generated by Western science was challenged. So was the so-called progress embodied in Western civilization. The entire notion that knowledge exists as facts that can be established with the help of Western scientific methods, and even that there is a fixed reality out there, was criticized. The reason for this radical departure from the modernism was the failure of Western science and system of knowledge to deliver the goods in the world threatened with environmental disasters, diseases such as AIDS, failure of civil society, and deepening inequalities and injustice across the world. Another reason was emergence of scholars from various race, class, ethnic, and gender categories. The central figure of the white and male scholar was displaced and taken over by a variety of others who challenged the truth status of finding. In the forefront were what are known as colonial critique and the feminist critique. A new generation of scholars confronted the political and economic realities of the colonial knowledge by following the historical roots of the motivations and power equations involved in the production of such knowledge. The strongly critical point of view of feminism is reflected in Stanley and Weiss's definition of feminism as directly confronting the idea that one person or set of people have the right to impose definitions of reality on others. This also makes it compatible with the post-modern concept of reality as situational. Another stand taken by post-modernism was restitute the researcher, vice versa the researched more equally. The research was not longer reduced to the status of a passive object of research, but became an equal partner in the production of knowledge. The sisterhood proclaimed by feminism was also related to an understanding of equality that could be achieved only if the producers of knowledge were from hitherto silenced groups. The prominent feminist writer of color, Audre Lorde, is of the opinion that any discussion of feminist theory that ignores the perspectives of women of color, poor women, and lesbians is suffering from academic arrogance. Postmodernists, especially feminists, questioned the status of knowledge as value neutral, vertically arranged, privileging the researcher and divorced from action. The activist scholar became an integral part of the late 20th century academic world. Theory was finally liberated from its ivory tower and came down to the streets. Now let us wind up the session and take rest. In the next session, we will take topic trends other than postmodernism. Thank you very much for engaging yourself with the self-learning podcasts.